This conference will now be recorded.
Hello friends, welcome to bispsolutions.com. My name is Sumit and I'm a Salesforce consultant with BISP Solutions. This is my new video in Salesforce integration, and the topic for today's video is to integrate Salesforce with Facebook. So as you know that Facebook is a very popular social networking website nowadays. And a lot of people, a lot of companies, they are promoting their pages. They created their pages on Facebook. So my requirement is to read the total number of fan counts we have from a particular page, which we have published on our Facebook account. So let me show you the page I'm talking about. That's the Salesforce page for Microsoft Dynamics CRM or any specific training for any specific page. So that's my Facebook page, and my requirement is to read the total number of fan counts onto this particular page, and I would like to read that and display it, extract the result on Salesforce using Apex classes, and display the result using a pie chart, including the page ID, page web address, the number of fan count, etc. So for this, we would be going to take help of integration, and we will be using Facebook API for that. So very first thing is you need to have two accounts, one for as a Salesforce developer account, and another will be you have developers right for Facebook page as well. So here I have got developers rights for both of them. So very first thing is I'm going to get the API and the security token for my Facebook page, this particular page. So for that, I visit developer.facebook.com. Now, in developers.facebook.com, to know more about how to create a new app in developers.facebook.com, you can visit my previous video. Here, I directly switch to my BISP app. That's the app which I've already created and I've already configured it. That's my BISP app, and it's on. The status is live, so we can access it. That's the app ID. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to REST API Explorer. So I switch to API Explorer for Facebook, and here we will be getting the security token to extract the data into Salesforce. So because we would be requiring the security token for a specific page, so I get the token for Microsoft Dynamics CRM training, and we can also test it. The ID for this page is this, and the name is Microsoft Dynamics CRM training, and we can add more fields to get more details. Now, once I get this token, we move on to our Salesforce to start creating a page, Apex class, and a Visualforce page to display the output. So for that, I would be creating a new Visualforce page first. So I'm just creating a new Visualforce page, and let me create a new Visualforce page. So to create a new Visualforce page, Apex : test FB page 1. That's my Visualforce page. If this page exists, it will open that page, else it will throw an error message. So like in my case, it is throwing an error message. So I click on create page, test FB page. And right now I'm going to create a controller first. So I simply create a controller, and the controller name is controller. It's a custom controller, and I give controller name as test FB page 1 controller, FB page 1. And I set that title as title is equal to read data from FB page. Let's save this and we'll create a controller. Now to use this controller, to work on this controller, we need to create a separate Apex class. So you will get the link of that Apex class in the description below. So that's my Apex class, which we need to create separately. That's a public class JSON to Apex, and we define the objects and their variables within. And also we created a wrapper class. So we have a wrapper class like paging, wrapper class like post, wrapper class like cursor and data. So let's get back to the controller. And in this controller, I would be extracting data like ID, page ID, the category if it is required, and the name, website, fan count. So I just create variables like public. So I would be creating variables for same. So public string. I set as ID 1 get and set. I'll just copy this. I would be requiring ID, let's say page name, page, website for that page, and fan count. So I write fan count 1, and I use this fan count as integer because we'll be using it as a number to pass it to display the result on a pie chart. Then I create a controller, and controller name is same as class. Sorry, constructor name is same as class name. And here I would be writing, we would be using HTTP protocol. HTTP request is equal to new HTTP request. Now we need to set the endpoint. This is important, and be very careful while setting up the endpoint for our Facebook page. So the endpoint will be https graph.facebook.com/ the page ID. So my page ID is 301. So, or we can get the code, we can save this, or I'll just copy this. So I want to get the detail for this particular page. So I just write here facebook.com/page ID question mark fields is equal to, I want ID, comma name, comma website, comma fan underscore count, comma we can get post as well, post access underscore token, and the access token will be the token which is generated here for this page. So I copy this access token and paste this access token over here. So that's the request set endpoint. Now we set request dot because we need to send this request to that endpoint we have set using HTTP method as get method. So I request dot set method. So we attach we use a get method, then HTTP response HTTP dot send request string str is equal to res dot get body. Now, whenever we get the results, that data will be in JSON form. So over HTTP, it always follows the REST, the JSON format, because here we are using REST protocol. and in REST it always the response is always be in JSON. So we need to deserialize the JSON, and this JSON to Apex class will be helping to deserializing it. As you can see, I have written a statement JSON2.apex system.json.deserialize JSON comma apex JSON to apex dot class. So either we can incorporate the class within this apex class, but to reuse that class in multiple apex classes, I've created a separate class for same. So here, simple write JSON class name. So we'll be using JSON apex JSON2.apex JSON2.apex my class. I create my class is equal to JSON2.apex.parse str. So we would be parsing it. So this string get parse, it should be bracket str, parse str. Now once we parse, we have the fields like ID, we have the fields like name, fan count. So we'll be using those fields to extract the data. So ID1 is equal to my class dot ID. Then name is equal to my class dot name, and it's name one. So be very careful about the names. So otherwise your code won't work. Website one is equal to my class dot website, and fan count one is equal to my class dot fan underscore count. And so we got the response, and we'll just test it and save it first of all, and we'll see the response first. Is there any error over here? So as you can see, there is no error, and it's working perfectly fine. Now the requirement is we wanted to show the data as a pie chart. So for that, we will be displaying the data. And first of all, I want to display the data on a Visualforce page. So our apex colon page block, I set title as Facebook page details, apex colon output text, value is equal to ID1, and this would be showing, this is our page ID. So page ID, and I'll just write a break statement. So I would like to show that it's a page ID, page name, website, and total fan count. So page ID, that's name one, that's website one, and that's fan count one. That's page name. This would be page website and page fan count. And when I run this, so as you can see, we are getting the detail for that particular page. So page ID is there. That's the ID for that page. That's the Microsoft Dynamics CRM training. That's the page name. That's the website, www.bisptrainings.com/post Microsoft Dynamics CRM technical, and the total fan count is 647. Now my requirement is in order to display this total fan count in the form of a pie chart. So we are going to create a new class here. That class is called, basically that class will be helps to pass the data back onto Visualforce page. Veg data get pie data. And to know more about how to create graphs on a Visualforce page, various different type of charts on a Visualforce page, you can go through my previous video. You can check the previous videos we have published on YouTube channel. So list pie veg data, and it's a wrapper class. Pie veg data is a wrapper class here. New list pie veg data, and data dot add new pie veg data, and I would be passing here total fan count, comma, fan count 1. So this, the value from this parameter, from this variable, I pass into this function, and it will return data to us. Now it's a wrapper class, so we need to create a wrapper class, and class name will be class py veg data. That's a class name. So class py veg data. Now in this class we have two parameters, two variables. So public string, let's say fan type, something like this. This could be a message type, get and set. Public integer fan count, get and set. And then I create a constructor for this py veg data. So class py veg data, and this takes inputs as string fan type, comma, integer fan count, and I write this dot fan type is equal to fan type, and this dot fan count is equal to fan count. So our class is ready to use, and let's run it. We are missing something. This dot fan count. So we have one. Oh, this is wrong. So that should be like this. Line number 28. Return data. This should be 2 brackets. So you might get some errors while typing code, so just sort out the issues with the code. It should be this dot fan type. So as you can see, there is no error now. Now the requirement is I would like to display the result as a pie chart. So for that, I use a tag called apex :chart, animate to. So first of all, I write apex :chart. Animate is equal to true. I set the height as 350, width as 450, and data. So we would be getting data from py data. So we would be getting data from py data function. So py data function. And apex :py series, apex :py series. First of all, data field, because data is coming from fan count, and I'll just set other attributes. Label field is equal to fan count. Donut is equal to 50, and let's test it. So this may take some time to execute. And now you can see the result here. This is showing us the result as well as the output in donut chart. And when I take my pointer, the animated is true, and as per the property, animation is true, and also it is showing the total page count as 647. So whatever number we are getting here, same number is coming here whenever we are hovering on the pie chart. So that's how we can extract the data from a Facebook page, and we can get the details from a Facebook page and use those details to visualize them using Salesforce on a Visualforce page. So that's all in this video. I hope you like this video. If that's so, don't forget to press like button. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.